Hey Libras, Medicine here, sending you love, light, and Reiki and the word of the divine for the week of February 12th to the 18th. And it looks like we begin the week out with the Knight of Wands. I've been seeing this pop all over for different signs this week. The Knight of Wands is coming into saying that this is a great time for traveling about. It's a great time for traveling about. I'm wondering if that's probably because we're getting closer and closer to springtime coming in and the wintertime falling away. Oh. And anyway, this is a great time for traveling about. It's a great time for traveling by ground. So if you're traveling by bus, by train, by car, this is a great time for by motorcycle. This is a great time for traveling about by ground, especially. But this is a great time for traveling, period. You ready to go road trip, go to some places that you haven't been to in a while, maybe spend some time at a place that you have been to, but if you are familiar with, but very relaxing for you. But either way, it's a good time for a good long trip, a good long vacation. You deserve it and you've earned it, my dear Libras. You deserved it and you earned it. This can also be symbolizing someone who might show up in your life, someone who is very fiery, perhaps someone who's very impulsive, someone who I would say is probably maybe still a little bit on the boyish side. I don't want to say childish, they're not a child, but they could be very boyish. They can be still a little bit somewhat immature. They're not the most immature in the world right now. But they are very truthful. They are very blunt. And they are very passionate about what it is they believe in. And that passion can come off to be very intense. You know, fire signs, it can come off to be pretty intense. What else is going on with the fire signs here? This could be someone who is very driven and motivated, right? So this is definitely someone who's driven and motivated and adventurous coming into your life now. But either way, it's a great time for traveling. And what I'm seeing here with the Eight of Cups is at first you were going off for some dream and leaving the other 7 cups behind because this one dream seemed better than all of them. But now the moon has floated away from you and your cups are all drained. So I am going to ask you, is there a family member, is there a loved one in your life right now that you feel like you're giving up things for? This is what I'm seeing come up. Are you giving things up for a family member, someone that you love, someone in your life who's close to you, who has an influence in your life? Are you finding yourself giving things up for them? You know, you had all this nice and passion going on here, and now all of a sudden here you are giving up your dreams and hopes and aspirations and going back into doing something that you really don't like because you just don't feel like you can do much else. It's kind of like a depressive state here right now. It's kind of like, I give up. Like, my life and dreams are, it's just, it's meaningless, and I give up. Is what's going on here. I'm putting things that I really want away to the back burner, and I'm executing them. I'm forgetting them for someone else right now, and it's not really benefiting anyone. It's making you miserable, and it's making the other person miserable. And sometimes we do this because we want to please people, and we think it's pleasing people, and it might please them for a little while, for a time, but is it pleasing you right now in the present moment? The 5 of Pentacles shows up for you. Yeah. I got it. Before I even go into that one right now, I have to see what else shows up here. We have the Magician showing up. And then we have the 6 of Pentacles showing up. This concerns me. I'm personally concerned by this because I let go of all my dreams and hopes and aspirations, and, you know, I get shut out. I get shut out now, is what I'm seeing going on. I let go of all my dreams and hopes and aspirations, and now I'm shut out. I'm being put out. I'm being outcasted. I'm being exiled. I don't feel too happy about that for you, my Libras. Okay, that concerns me. Okay, it seems like you're being shut out and put out probably because of this. Probably because you didn't follow your goals and your dreams and your aspirations like you should have. So I want to take a time. I just want to take time and just kind of, like, you know, it's really important, you know, to follow your dreams no matter what. Now, on the other end, sometimes these things do happen if life is trying to point you in a different direction. You are lacking hope and feeling depressed here, and somewhere you being put out, perhaps, of this situation could be airing things, could be freeing things. It could be a freeing feeling for you in some ways. Okay, life's not over yet just because you got put out. You get the Magician card here, who is taking you into a different direction and is letting you know that the tools are within you towards the end of the week. You always carry the tools. You have them now. You will have them. You will always have them. Here are the tools. The Magician is showing you tools that you need to go towards something new in your life and exciting in your life that is happening for you now. Here are the tools. The Magician is also popping up to say you are the co-creator. You are the manifester. Okay, you co-create and you manifest that which is above, so below. That which is within, so without. As the soul, so the universe. That yin and yang going on there. You manifest. You have the power of the manifestation to bring your dreams and your hopes and your desires into physical reality. Maybe they're in a non-physical. Maybe they're just in your thoughts and they're in your dreams and they're in your hopes. But they're not in the real world. You have the power. Here are the tools. The Magician is showing up to say, here are the tools. I'm going to give you the tools. Here's how you bring your dreams and hopes and aspirations and your manifestations. Here's how you manifest your intentions into the now, into this reality, into this plane, to this physical world. And you might find yourself, because scrambling to get back into who you are as a person again, you might find yourself out there spending more money than what you have right now, giving more money away than what you have. You might find yourself, you know, this is a well running dry. So this is someone who doesn't have it to give, and yet they're giving it anyway. You don't have it to give. We're people pleasers. I totally understand. I understand Libra is very harmonic, very people pleasers, very giving. Know that this week you do not have it to give. And if you are trying to give, your well is going to run dry. So this is not the week for squandering money and spending a whole lot of money just all over the place. I get it, because with the Knight of Wands energies, we can tend to be impulsive. And impulsiveness is not a bad thing. It's where it's being led that can make or break the situation. So if you're coming into this new energy anew towards the end of the week, you're getting all these new ahas and ideas, no, just be careful that you're spending a little too much money than what you actually have right now. You're giving a little bit too much of yourself than what you actually have right now. And it's okay, and it can work, and it will always work out within your best benefit. Just know and be cognizant of that so that you can decide what's going to work best for you. And we get intuition towards as the spirit guide here, the guide of intuition. She is one of my favorite guides. I love her. And I could tell you about her all day long, the spirit of intuition. But I'm actually going to read a passage from the book because I want this to resonate with you. I want this to seep deeply with you. You just seem to have a knack for knowing what's going to work. Your creative process is unique to you. You just get started and magic happens. You have a lot of endurance, and you're a hard worker. Once you get focused on a project, you don't stop. You are a trendsetter, and you seem to understand what people love. You are very forward thinking. You are being reminded that you have your own inner voice guiding you, always. Tap into your wisdom and allow yourself this higher perspective. That seems to be pretty accurate. An inner voice is always guiding you. Inner voice, always guiding you. Inner voice, always guiding you. And always tap into that. Remember that you always have it. There's talks about walking both worlds. This is kind of the idea of being able to walk both worlds. Libras, you're very logical and you're very rational. And sometimes you got to tap into that intuitive side of yourself. And in fact, you should be tapping into that intuitive side of yourself just as much as you are tapping into the logical, rational side of yourself. The right brain and the left brain should be working together to manifest and create the same thing. That's the whole idea. Left brain, physical world, right brain, non-physical world, bringing them together to manifest the same thing. Okay, here you are with the magician. You are the magician, which means that you could tap into both worlds, both realms, bring them together, fuse them together, and manifest what it is that you are wanting to manifest in your life. You got that intuition, baby. It's there. Use it. 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 And if you're not sure about that intuition, call on the spirit of intuition. If you're having a hard time, say, I call to you, spirit of intuition. And the spirit of intuition will come in and help you. Okay, you can say those words and automatically the spirit of intuition will be there and the spirit of intuition will assist you. And it'll be that small voice on the inside of your head letting you know what to do. Guiding you on this journey. Well, that's my word for you from Spirit to you, and giving you love, light, and Reiki, always your Oracle Medicine. Signing out until our next reading. I hope you get to work with this. Is my favorite spirit. Aho Matakiwasa.